Thank you so much for stopping in. This is, I'm kind of calling it a second look to the question that Susan and Yanonka submitted about the secession of states. Will we be able to self-govern and be sovereign, separate from the federal? Soon, whatever, but we did one, and this is a follow-up to that. Yanonka is the gal's name, Susan Yanonka. So I'm going to read again. I'm going to read to you the transmission that came to me as we picked the card. I picked the cards. I received the transmission, and I'm gonna put them on the screen again. It seems to work. I'm hoping to have a little, anyway, it seems to be working pretty good. So yeah, secession of states, another look. The first card was 34. In the dark of the night, when tensions are low and the quiet sets upon the people, the stars circle and add light to the emerging darkness, supported by the light of destiny. 34. The next card's 43. Reality of what is correct sets in to become the driving force behind the movement by the people. The moon's there. The moon and now the stars combine, who provide inspiration, enlightenment. Overwhelming positive energy steps in. The next card's number 76. There is excitement. There is mental expansion. Thoughtful empowerment. Helping hands come from all sectors and from all layers of humanity. Excitement abounds. Their voices are being heard by each other. The top cards, the sun shines light to the darkness or the unknown. And the bottom brings in the thinking and enlightenment to the subject by people, allowing the voice to expand and putting out their hands to join their desires, powered by the heart. And when I looked at that picture, it appears that there's a heart. There appears like there's a heart in the center. In the center of that overall picture, it looks like a heart. When I looked at it first, right off the bat. The next card's number 52. There is still a fear of being seen, but not a fear of setting forth their desires to correct the country's path. It is secession. If it is secession, so be it. If it is secession, so be it. The top card, the low light from the moon grows to full sun and expands up to the people shining. There's some stuff kind of shining. All connected by the stars of success. The bottom card, the cloaked faces of fear, ears and eyes will be released. Then your heart desires. Because they're kind of cloaked, but they still hear. The next card, 75, it's the bottom card. Hearts, minds, and voices become united in the common cause. I'm not going to say it. Becomes the target of cleansing because the stars align with the hearts and minds of the common people once again, sending the power back to the states, back to the people. The top card, it said, lighted by the sun from the center. The bottom card, as your hearts, minds, and voices become united, the third eye energy spreads out across the peoples and the lands. It expands in a purplish blue energy. And then all the cards combined. The first, what I noticed when I looked at that combination is I saw it's kind of like, kind of a line here, a line here, line, and then across the bottom. After I looked at it a little longer, a second time, then I saw that there were two more, so a point here, line, and a point here. But then I'm like, what is that shape? What is the shape where it's, it's like this, two sides, and then a bottom? And so I looked it up and it said it's a dodecahedron shape overall. This is the transmission I received. All aspects of this message coordinates with the destiny that began long ago and is to be held and put back together by the power of the people. All points of energy connect in heart and head balance while supported by the light of destiny. So that's part 2. That is part 2 of the question. Will the states begin to self-govern and be sovereign, separate from the? Also, will there be secessions? Where and what time frame? I don't. With these cards, I don't ask the time frame. But if you listen to this message, it's happening already. The thoughts are happening. The people coming together. Everybody's having has the same mindset in this, in this question. And it's not a simple thing, but I think in the last one they said, make sure you start out with absolute trust. Be trustworthy. The people you pick, make sure they are who they say they are. Not an infiltrated somebody that has connections or that has a power. Make sure it's still, whenever you're thinking about that direction, about this happening, you have to make sure that you're not being bamboozled again, and that we are not being fooled, and we're not being infiltrated. There is a lot of infiltration, so we just have to make sure that is not happening. That is a message I'm receiving right now. So please listen to this as many times as you can, because they've put out I'll have to listen to it myself, but they're putting out some very specific information. It's not just, oh yeah, I'm going to do it. It has to be done right. It has to be done right. And it has to be, you have to make certain that whatever group you're in, that you're not infiltrated. Over and above that, the minds of the people are all going in the same direction. So it's basically a matter of time. And that's what they said. And they said, if it is to be secession, so be it. The way it sounds to me is they're saying it doesn't necessarily have to be in order to get it corrected. But if it has to be, so be it. Okay, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for submitting that question. It became a two-part video, and I think that's really cool. So thank you, Susan and Yananka, and please stay tuned because there's a lot more to come.